Can only imagine the sheer terror as this incident unfolded really just steps away from a busy Panama City intersection. This is Beck Avenue, and just right here is Briarwood Apartments, where law enforcement agencies responded to this active shooter situation. They're giving away these. These are free smoke alarms, and they're also installing them to anyone in the community that needs them. That is the thing that a lot of you guys have been commenting on our Facebook. How are the roads looking this morning? What is the best way that I can save some money this Memorial Day? So we called up the expert, Vonda Gaynor, the coupon queen. What are we talking about this time?
It's pretty awesome because it's snowing. Chris and Kelsey, can you see the flakes?
Municipal Super Tuesday happening right now for several cities in our area. Crews are going on about 8 hours out here investigating and fighting this fire. This is something I never thought I would do, biking on the water. We're talking Warrior Beach Retreat Salute. It's coming up pretty soon, so tell us a little bit about it, Linda. Several people have been hospitalized after a string of bee attacks from coast to coast. Now to a neat story you saw shared on our Twitter page. Friends and family of a local hero gather at the Sherman Avenue VFW to honor his bravery and selflessness. We hope your Tuesday is off to a great start. I know ours is off to a fun start this morning. It was gorgeous. And today it's going to be actually about the same, even a little bit better because those rain chances decrease, but it's going to be very, very hot. Our Perry Young Sky Cam actually looking beautiful out there. We're seeing that first light. We're seeing some nice colors out there, but a little bit cloudy for your July 4th holiday. We have seen some pretty heavy downpours this morning across the Panhandle. Temperatures at 76 degrees, humidity 99%, so it's pretty humid out there, and you're definitely going to be feeling that humidity as you head out. Can only imagine the sheer terror as this incident unfolded really just steps away from a busy Panama City intersection. This is Beck Avenue, and just right here is Briarwood Apartments, where law enforcement agencies responded to this active shooter situation. Kenneth Thompson and Ashley Warrener are still in shock.
I found out it was my next door neighbor, and I was absolutely blown away.
The suspect, 49-year-old Kevin Holroyd, is their friend. They say the night before it happened, he seemed just fine.
It's Kevin shooting at the police, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? No.
Authorities say Holroyd shot at first responders, which led to an hours-long standoff. This all happening right outside their front door.
I have bullet holes all upstairs in the closets.
We're in shock. We really are.
Bay County Sheriff's officials say in all, about 100 rounds were fired during the incident.
A law enforcement officer's worst nightmare. Very difficult tactical situations. So had multiple officers that returned fire, multiple officers that were pinned down.
And in the end, Holroyd was found dead when authorities were able to get inside.
I feel bad for the family of the person who he shot. I feel bad for our friend that he shot, but also our neighbor was a good person.
The couple says they've lived next to Holroyd for about 9 years, and they never saw this coming.
I think in his last moments, he knew that it was all over, and he was acting out, and obviously the wrong way. And who's to say when you're at your last moments and you know it's over, you know what you're capable of doing.
The scene is now safe and secure, and the investigation has been turned over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. In Panama City, Kara Murphy, News 13. This graph shows the suicide rates in Florida, and as you can see, these are the dots. It stays between 10 to 15 deaths per 100,000 people. But when you compare that to Bay County suicide rates, you can see it consistently runs much higher than the state average, nearly double in 2016. Local officials are trying to find out why. Funny, energetic, always on the go. That's how Karen Abrahams describes her son Alex.
He was perfect. He was my son.
But in 2009, her world turned upside down. Alex was only 17 years old when he killed himself.
This was his senior class picture. He had taken it a few months before he'd taken his own life.
And after almost 10 years, Abraham says it doesn't get any easier.
The major question is why. We didn't know he was having difficulties. We thought what he was going through was being a teenage boy.
And she's not alone. Experts say suicide rates in the state of Florida are at an all-time high.
As a matter of fact, Bay County is fourth in the number of suicides per capita in the state of Florida. So it is a problem, something that we really need to take a look at, and it's been growing.
And growing fast. In 2006, 21 people committed suicide in Bay County. By 2011, the number jumped to 33. In 2014, 43 lives lost, and the latest numbers come from 2016 when 45 people killed themselves, the highest ever recorded. Even more alarming is the number of people who attempt suicide.
There's about 25 attempts for every actual death.
In 2017 alone, the Bay County Sheriff's Office responded to 328 threatened, 103 attempted, and 15 completed suicide calls.
There was a time last year that Sheriff Ford checked the computer screen with our computer-aided dispatch.
And what he saw was 4 suicide calls in 1 hour.
I mean, they were all on the screen at the same time.
Compelling sheriff's officials to post this on Facebook, letting the community know there is help available.
It is something we deal with, and it's heartbreaking to see that it's something that happens so much here in Bay County.
But the biggest question is, why are so many local people trying to take their own lives? The answer is not that simple.
The people that know why they've taken their lives are no longer with us to answer those questions.
And that's a major obstacle for health officials who are trying to reduce suicide rates. Tonight at 10, we'll look at some of the factors that influence someone to take their own life.